As soon as William Samoei Ruto was announced the 5th President of the Republic of Kenya, there are quite a number of individuals in the country who knew that they had no future in a government led by William Samoei Ruto. And of course, one of those people was a former director of the DCI, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, formerly called the CID, Criminal Investigations Department, Abwana George Kinoti. We are told that George Kinoti resigned. There is a new acting head of the DCI. And the good news is that the foundational work Bwana Kinoti did seems to still be firmly in place. Wow! Can you imagine that kind of attitude? If we had more Kenyans who were serious like this, where do you think our country would be today? But of course, the topic of my video today is, what is the future of Bwana George Kinoti? Is he still going to be a threat to those who want to commit crime in high places? Is he still going to be a threat to the Kenya Kwanza UDA government? Stay with me as we look into this issue. Now, if you're already enjoying this video, please remember to give me a like. And if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider subscribing immediately, so that you're always alerted when new content is generated on this channel, where we usually have very unique content, stuff that is very difficult and sometimes impossible to find anywhere else. Allow me also a quick reminder, weekly intelligence briefings number 88 is out. Very interesting information. Make sure you catch it. If you're not yet a member, if you're not yet a subscriber, I believe you can see information on your screens right now. Take that decision and become a subscriber right away. Okay? It is well worth every single penny you pay for it. Right! Let's get down to business. Twende kazi. George Kinoti, the former director of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, could not survive in his position under Ruto government. Unfortunately, because allies to the president seem to have been allergic to Bwana Kinoti. The opinion of the president and his allies was that Bwana Kinoti was a politician. Bwana Kinoti was a drama queen. Bwana Kinoti was bang in the middle of state capture. A favorite catchphrase of the UDA chaps. And a sad ending to a very distinguished, crime-busting career of a man I believe qualifies to be called a great Kenyan. You see, what many Kenyans do not realize or don't know is that before former President Uhuru Kenyatta picked him, Bwana George Kinoti had always been ignored when it came to appointments. Bwana George Kinoti had not really been recognized for what he has done for the country called Kenya. It is sad that many Kenyans do not know that Bwana Kinoti's record of solving crimes is very impressive. Bwana Kinoti has always been the kind of policeman who cannot be compromised, cannot be bribed. And of course, in Kenya today, if for instance you're a policeman and you do the right thing, chances of getting promotions are zero. That's the truth. Because we have cartels. We have criminals within the police, in uniform. Many who believe that they're there to make money, while fooling the public that they're actually doing their work. But at the end of the day, it's really a money-making venture for them. And therefore you'll understand that appointing Bwana Kinoti to a very senior position in the police would have frustrated some of these cartels, very well organized cartels, that make serious money for individuals within our police force. You know, there was a time Bwana Kinoti was in hospital fighting for his life, after taking quite a number of bullets from thugs who left him for dead. And there are those who believe that in this particular incident, Bwana Kinoti was betrayed by his own. Information may have been given to these thugs by colleagues of Bwana Kinoti, members of the powerful cartels within our police force. I think now you're beginning to get a better idea of what kind of cop Bwana Kinoti is. And therefore it is so sad that he did not get an opportunity to serve the country he loved so much, at least a little longer. You know, I need to inform newer members to this channel that when I talk about the police, I am not reading information. I am not researching information from somewhere. I am not being told how things happen within the police. No. My late political lecturer was a senior policeman. And I saw as I grew up how he suffered, not for corruption. He suffered greatly for doing the right thing. Indeed, at one time, and I've given that story several times on this channel, he went for weeks fearing for his life. Not because he had done the wrong thing, but because he had done the right thing and impounded illegal cargo, which unfortunately belonged to very, very powerful people in the country called Kenya. And make no mistake about it, these cartels within the police are very powerful. And so my late political lecturer at one time found himself on a forced leave of almost a year, when they looked through all his records, trying to find something to nail him. Because at his position, he had started being an obstacle, even without promotions. He had started being an obstacle to these cartels. They needed policemen who could cooperate, at least look the other way, assist them to make money while they perform their duties as policemen. Bottom line, doing the right thing as a senior policeman in Kenya is extremely dangerous. And indeed we have policemen who have paid the ultimate price for doing the right thing. And therefore, George Kinoti is a Kenyan who should be celebrated. Indeed, Kenya is a safer place. Kenya is a better place because a man called George Kinoti was born in this country and served in our police force until very recently. Is it George Kinoti's fault that he took orders from the President of the Republic of Kenya to help in the fight against corruption, in the fight against cartels? Was that George Kinoti's fault? So that the UDA government could very easily label him a politician, policeman? Is the message the current government sending the following: that they don't need policemen who are straight and cannot be corrupted? Is that the message you're getting from the government? These are some of the questions that Kenyans need to very carefully ponder over and consider going forward. Because as we speak, crime rates in Kenya have gone through the roof. There are so many places in our country today that are no longer safe. There is too much crime going down. Of course, one can easily wish it away by saying that we live in hard times. Cash is tight, and therefore it's to be expected for crime to shoot up. However, a deeper look into the problem will make you see the obvious. And the obvious is, we are not promoting the policemen who can help us bring down crime. No! Instead, what we're doing is maintaining the cartels, the corrupt cartels, within our police force. We do not want to upset the apple cart. That's really what it is. So what do we expect as far as crime rates going up? What do we expect? Do we really expect crime to go down when the right people for the right jobs are not getting those jobs? You tell me. Now, very fortunately, there's light at the end of the tunnel, because Patriot George Kinoti had already been appointed to a very senior position within Interpol. And my hope and prayer is that he will continue to be active on a consultancy basis for Interpol, giving them information and assistance in fighting crime, and especially on the Interpol cases that touch on the nation called Kenya: money laundering, cyber crime, etc., etc., which of course will go a long way in making Kenya safer for all of us. But I also hope and pray that in the very near future, George Kinoti will get another opportunity to serve his country, in a position to fight crime in the nation called Kenya. Because, let us be clear, the enemy of George Kinoti is not the UDA government. No. What he has always fought against all his life is crime and criminal activities. Not the UDA government, not even UDA sycophants. Kudos, Bwana Kinoti. One day, just one day, your efforts will finally be recognized and honored by Kenyans. This I pray. Until next time, this is Kshs. Kumekucha.